Today is 969 day I'm sharing lessons to learn. I'm learning. I hope this will support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about losing the need to control. Sometimes losing is the best thing for you. Losing toxic friends is a massive gain. Losing the need to control things is a massive gain as well. Because a lot of times we want to control things, but we are not able to control. And sometimes one of the best questions to ask ourselves, do I have control over it? And if I have, let's take action. If I don't have control over it, let's forget about it. Or let's able to look into how you're able to influence or what you're able to do differently to really get the best out of it. So today we'll focus really what happens when you really lose the need to control. So when you don't want to control a thing, when you accept the things. Because when you accept that you're not able to control things, you gain a lot of things. So today we'll focus on 10 things that what we gain from losing the need to control. Number 1 is reduce stress and anxiety. That's a big one. Sometimes we want to control everything, and then of course because we do not have control and we're trying so hard to control things, it creates stress and anxiety. But when you're able to accept that you're just able to influence but you don't have control over it, you're able to really say that, okay, I'm okay no matter what's going on, because this is part of life. And if it's will go one way or another, I will figure this out. I think that this is one of the biggest things that when we're able to really have that self-esteem, that no matter what's will come to your way, you know that you will handle it because you know yourself very hard. You know that how powerful you are. I think that every single person, we are very, very powerful. But sometimes we forget about it. We forget because we have all those failures, mistakes that we feel that are mistakes. But a lot of times those mistakes are the lessons that allow us to become better, stronger, faster. The only reason is that we have so low self-esteem is that we really do not see as failures as stepping stones, rather we see it as really failures. Number 2 is improved relationships. When you try to control other people, of course, that will put a lot of pressure on relationships. Because it says that if you really hold the sand in your hand, you hold much, much better. But if you really start to and really try to control and really hold that sand very, very fast, the sand will start to fall out of your hands. So being able to really allow other person to have control of their life, but you're able to influence, make suggestions, unconditional love. Of course, I understand that unconditional love is not an unconditional tolerance. You're able to be intolerant regarding bad behavior, but you still are able to have unconditional love at the same time. And that's why we need to understand that we're not able to control the other person, but we're able to control our actions, and we're able to control the way how we communicate with the other person, because the way how we communicate to other person, that's what we're able to control. We're able to control our communication with other person, and the way how we communicate a lot of times leads, influence, or doesn't influence the way of other person's actions. Number 3 is increased flexibility. That means that really being open to change, being open to really different ways. You're able to really say, okay, if you'll go one way or another, I will take action accordingly. But if you're trying to really just be very strict to this way and this way only, because I'm able to control, of course you're not able to be as flexible because you're not looking how you're able to really improve. Number 4 is enhanced creativity. That's a beautiful thing as well. So that means, of course, if you want to control, you will be very strict. But if you don't want to control, when you are open to different opportunities, you start looking, hey, what I'm able to really do. It becomes so much more open, and you're able to really look into how you're able to be more creative. How you're able to really be more open to new ideas, certain things that's really creative things of thinking. And that's what it does. When you really say, like, I don't need to have control, I'm more open to see different options. Number 5 is greater happiness. Now I said that means that when you don't need to control everything, you have that greater sense of peace. Because you're able to be, okay, this is my station, and I'm able to be content, I'm able to be joyful, blissful. So it means I don't control the situation, I'm able to influence the situation, and I'm more than happy with that. And of course, because of that, you're able to have that peace and at the same time happiness. Because if you don't have a peace, you'll not have happiness. I think that one of the foundational things of happiness is being able to have peace of mind. Number 6 is personal growth. Again, that means you can be very strict. Okay, I want to control things. But when you say, okay, I'm accepting that I'm not able to control, that means you're going to so many different directions where you're able to improve yourself because you experience going to the things that you do not have control over it. And that's the thing that is one of the biggest things in personal growth, because doing the things that is outside of your comfort zone, outside of the comfort zone. And when we outside of comfort zone, what is that? That means that outside of control. Because you have your control, your comfort zone. Most likely in your comfort zone, you know how to control. But you're outside of comfort zone, you do not know how to control. So personal growth is ability to get out of your comfort zone, to get out of your things that you're able to control. And that is one of the biggest things. Number 7 is mindfulness and presence. Again, if you want to control every single thing in your life, most likely you will not be able to be present and mindful. Because again, one of the most beautiful things in life is being able to be present, being fully engaged in the current moment. Because when you're able to be present, you're able to see the flower, you're able to feel the sky, you're able to see other people, you're able to see so many different things. And that makes life more blissful, joyful. At the same time, we need to understand that if you do not give control, so it means we'll be always thinking how to solve this thing, how to solve this problem. And it's not good to have that always in your mind, always trying to control. Now, it's great to seek as much control as possible, but not in a sense that you start forgetting the importance of living a life in a present moment. Number 8 is better decision making. This is a big thing as well. That means that when you're able to be more open, more flexible, more content, be able to see the other aspects and more perspective, of course you make better decision. Because a lot of times when we try to control everything, we're very narrow. We're very narrow. But when you open up and you start to see there is all the options available for yourself, you make better decisions, better choices. Because when you have multiple choices, you're able to review, okay, advantages, disadvantages, pros and cons, and at that moment you're able to say, okay, this thing is much better than other things, rather than saying that, okay, this is only my path and that's it. You're not able to really choose because this is only one path. But when you understand that, okay, what other paths could I take to my vision? Because you potentially have one vision, massive goal, but you have like 5 different choices, 5 different paths that you're able to take. But if you want to control that one path, you will miss out on those 4 different opportunities, 4 different paths that you miss because you try to control that one path. Number 9 is empowerment of others. When you don't want to control other people, but you want to empower others, is a totally different thing. Controlling others is meaning that you think that you know what is best for them, and you really support them in if only they do what you want them to do. That's not empowerment. This is trying to control and manipulate people to do the things that you want. Empowering is saying, okay, tell me like what you want to do, why you want to do it, why that vision, and then helping them, empowering to really pursue that. And sometimes it's good to give themselves to really opportunity to fail, because if they really take your advice to pursue something else, at some point they could resent your advice because it didn't work, and it didn't work because it's not what they wanted. I have been in this situation as well. Like, I think that every single person needs to understand that how much influence we have on others. But again, we're not supposed to really dictate what other person's vision chooses. But I think that sometimes you need to able to really discuss and help people to really realize on themselves why this path is the best, and really control by other people by empowering, not by really trying to control them. And number 10, and something that's very important, is improved mental health. When you're able to really release that burden of trying to control everything, of course, that will be you release that luggage. When you go outside, making things happen, when you're climbing the mountain, you don't need to carry that massive backpack of that burden that you need to control everything. No, that's at that moment you just light, you just have yourself and you climb that mountain much, 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 much faster. So I think that losing the need to control in every aspect is very important. Relationships, business, yourself. Because sometimes you're not able to control everything in life. Neither other people, neither external things that will happen to you, neither your health sometimes. You're able to influence how your health responds, how your body responds, but again, you don't have full control with it. The maximum is 95%. Still 5% could be things that you do not have control with. I think that when you're able to understand it, it gives so much peace that you know that, okay, I am doing my best. But my best could not be enough sometimes. And that's okay. Because another time, I will do my best and it'll work out perfectly. So I hope that you will reflect as well on how much control do you need right now. And I think that one thing is that you wanting control is that be able to understand, okay, I want a lot of control. And you're able to start working slowly, reducing that desire of control. I think the biggest thing is that understanding again personal growth. Because if you really want to really grow, you need to be okay not having control. And when you have that ability, I think that's, of course, personal growth will come much, much faster. So I hope you will reflect on that, and I hope you will choose to win, and see you tomorrow.